Hello everyone. Today I am going to tell how to find the values of trigonometric functions above 360 degrees in terms of radians with examples, solutions of Ncert and some important problems. We all know that trigonometric functions are sin x, cos x, tan x and cosecant x, secant x and cot x. So out of these three cosecant x, secant x, cot x are reciprocals for these three trigonometric functions. So here sin x is equal to 1 by cosecant x, cos x is equal to 1 by secant x, and tan x is equal to 1 by cot x. Out of these trigonometric functions, there are some even functions and some odd functions. So cos and secant are even functions and the remaining all are odd functions. So here in even functions, cos of minus x is equal to cos x. There is change in the sign. For example, here it is minus, so it is positive. Plus, and secant of minus x is equal to secant x. But in odd functions, if sine of minus x is equal to minus sine x, so you have to put the minus sign here. Similarly, for all other trigonometric functions also, same like that. In my previous video, I have told you how to find trigonometric function values in terms of degrees. The angle is in terms of degrees. But here you have to find in terms of radians. So we know that 360 degrees is equal to 2 pi radians. So pi is equal to pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. Pi by 2 radians is equal to 180 by 2, that is 90 degrees. 3 pi by 2 is equal to 3 into 180 degrees by 2, that is 270 degrees. So here no need to write radians word. So you can directly write 2 pi radians means 2 pi, pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. Please remember all these values from degrees to radians. And next, I have already told this in degrees also, negative and positive signs of trigonometric functions in all quadrants, but you have to learn in radians, in terms of radians, how to remember all these values in all quadrants. So here this is 0 degrees and 0 radians, and here 90 degrees pi by 2 radians, and here positive. So this direction, the angle is in positive. So 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 and 270. This is 360. So now write in radians, this is pi by 2, this is pi, and this is 3 pi by 2, and this is 2 pi. 360 degrees, that is 2 pi. And if you go in this direction, that is negative angle. So here in this direction, this is 0 and this is 90, minus 90, this is minus 180 and this is minus 270. So you have to remember this is minus pi by 2, this is minus pi, and this is minus 3 pi by 2. And we know that these are all quadrants, first, second, third and fourth. And in the first quadrant, all positive. That means all trigonometric functions have positive sign only. And in the second, sine and cosecant are positive, remaining all are negative. In the third quadrant, tan and cot are positive, remaining are negative. In the fourth quadrant, cos and secant are positive, remaining all are negative. And you have to remember like this. This is a tip you can directly apply in the problems. So you remember like this. So this is first quadrant, second and third and fourth, ASTC. Just remember these letters, ASTC. A means all positive. Sine, if you remember sine, automatically you can apply that in cosecant because it is a reciprocal for sine. So sine, tan, that is cot also, and cos and secant also. So you have to remember like this. And here 0 and pi by 2, positive, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. And here in this direction, minus pi by 2, minus pi, minus 3 pi by 2. And here pi by 6, pi by 4, pi by 3. These are the radians in terms of degrees. If you convert this in terms of degrees, then pi by 6 is 30 degrees. This pi by 4 is 45 degrees. This is 60 degrees. So 30, 45, 60 degrees. All these values will come in the first quadrant. That means 0 to pi by 2. So if you remember pi by 6, pi by 4, pi by 3 values are in the first quadrant. So you can apply all are positive only. And here if you put negative sign for these values, that means minus pi by 6, minus pi by 4, minus pi by 3, these values will come in the fourth quadrant. So you have to apply, that is cos and secant are positive, remaining all are negative. So just remember these two values only, like this in the first quadrant and in the fourth quadrant. And these are the values of trigonometric functions from 0 to 90 degrees. And we know that in 0 to 90 degrees, we know the values of all trigonometric functions. So just convert the degrees in terms of radians. So here sine 0 is 0 and sine 90, that means pi by 2. Sine pi by 2 is 1. You have to remember in terms of radians. And similarly, if you reverse this, cos 0 is 1 and cos pi by 2 is 0. Similarly, tan 0 is 0 and tan pi by 2 is not defined. Similarly, here sine 30 degrees, that is pi by 6. You have to remember in terms of radians. So sine pi by 6 is 1 by 2. Sine pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. If you reverse these, cos pi by 6 is root 3 by 2 and cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2. And tan pi by 6 is 1 by root 3 and tan pi by 3 is root 3. You can remember by using these figures also. I have already explained this in my previous video about these figures. And here sine pi by 4, that is 45 degrees, 1 by root 2, and cos pi by 4, that is 1 by root 2, and tan pi by 4, that is 1. Please remember these values in terms of radians. And now I am going to tell what is the value of trigonometric functions for n number of revolutions. So if you see this figure here, it is 1 revolution. That means it takes 1 revolution means 360 degrees. So 360 degrees in terms of radians is 2 pi. So in 1 revolution, it takes 2 pi radians. So for 2 revolutions, it takes 2 pi into 2, that is 4 pi radians. Similarly, for 3 revolutions, 3 into 2 pi, that is 6 pi. That is in 3 revolutions, 6 pi radians it takes. So here, please remember these things. And here, 1 revolution is equal to 2 pi and sine n into 2 pi plus x is equal to sine x. This is applicable for all trigonometric functions. So here, sine n into 2 pi. Here, n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So for example, n is equal to 1, then 2 pi plus x. Then there is no change in this revolutions. You have to, you no need to consider these revolutions. Only you have to take the remaining angle, that means plus x. So you have to consider the angle, how much it takes after that 1 revolution, you have to consider that angle. So you have to write directly is equal to sine x. If it is 2 into 2 pi, that means 4 pi plus x also, it is sine x only. So how many revolutions it takes also, you have to consider only the angle, this angle plus x. So you can see these examples, sine 2 pi plus x is equal to sine x. Cos 4 pi plus x, that means 2 into 2 pi, that is equal to 2 revolutions, so cos x. And tan 6 pi plus x, that is equal to tan x, 3 revolutions. It takes 3 revolutions, so you have to write directly tan x. Just remember this is also used for applying in the problems. And this is also very important tip. You have to remember this while doing the problems, it is useful. And just remember these are the quadrants and ASTC. So all sine, tan and cos. So remember this. And here 0 and this is pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2. So here in this direction minus and in this direction plus. That means pi by 2 minus all angles are coming in this first quadrant. And pi by 2 plus, whenever it comes pi by 2 plus any angle, that will come in the second quadrant. Similarly, pi minus any angle will come in the second quadrant. So you can apply this. Pi by 2 plus and pi minus will come in the second quadrant. And here pi by 2 minus will come in the first quadrant. Similarly, pi plus and 3 pi by 2 minus. So these two here comes in the third quadrant. So you have to apply tan and cot. Similarly, 3 pi by 2 plus, and here whenever 2 pi minus, 4 pi minus, 6 pi minus, like that. So these angles will come in the fourth quadrant. So you have to remember like this. Here minus, pi by 2 minus, plus. Here minus, plus. Plus, here minus, plus. And here minus, plus. You have to remember these values. This is another tip. Here, if the angles are pi by 2 minus, pi by 2 plus, or 3 pi by 2 minus, 3 pi by 2 plus, then the trigonometric functions will change from sine to cos, cos to sine, tan to cot. Similarly, here also, sine to cos, cos to sine, and tan to cot. And whenever pi minus, pi plus, 2 pi plus, 2 pi minus, then the trigonometric will not change. See here, all are same. For example, if you sin pi by 2 minus x, here pi by 2 you have to change the trigonometric function from sin to cos. Then you have to check this angle is in which quadrant. Pi by 2 minus x is in the first quadrant. Just check here, pi by 2 minus. So it is in the first quadrant, so all are positive. So you have to put plus sign. And here tan pi by 2 plus x. Here pi by 2, so you have to change the trigonometric function from tan to cot. And pi by 2 plus x is in the second quadrant. Pi by 2 plus. So here, in the second quadrant, only sine and cosecant are positive. So you have to put minus sign. And cos pi plus x. Here pi. So you need not change the trigonometric function. So cos means you have to put cos only, cos x. And pi plus x, this is in the third quadrant. Just check here, pi plus, this is in the third. So tan and cot are positive, remaining all are negative. So here it is cos, so you have to put minus. Like this, you have to do this type of problems. This is example 8 from Ncert. Find the value of sin 31π by 3. So for this first sin 31π by 3, you can split this angle like this. 31 you can write as 30 plus 1. So sin 30π by 3 plus pi by 3. This angle you can write as 30π by 3 plus pi by 3. So this will become again 31π by 3. So here 3 ones are 3 tens are 30 plus pi by 3. Sin 10π plus pi by 3. Why we are dividing like this? If you see here, you will understand, because here 10π means here 2π into 5. You can see this tip, sin n into 2π plus x is equal to sin x. That's why you have to divide this like this. So 10π you can write as 5 into 2π. That means it takes 5 revolutions. So no need to consider this these revolutions. You have to consider only this angle, pi by 3. With sign you have to consider, so plus pi by 3. So here sin 10π plus pi by 3 is sin pi by 3. Pi by 3 is, if you don't remember, just convert into degrees, 180 by 3, that is equal to 60 degrees. So here sin 60 is root 3 by 2. Like this you can calculate these values. And this is 8th problem from exercise 3.2 from Ncert. Find the value of tan 19π by 3. So here 19π by 3, you can write 19 as 18 plus pi, 18 plus 1. So this you can split as 18π by 3 plus pi by 3. So 3 ones are 3, 6 are 18. So 6π plus pi by 3. Again you can check here, 3 into 2π. 6π is 3 into 2π. That means 3 revolutions. It takes 3 revolutions. So no need to consider this. Only you have to take this angle, that is plus pi by 3. So tan pi by 3 is equal to, that is 60. Tan 60 is root 3. And this is 9th problem. Find the value of sine of minus 11π by 3. So here whenever the sign negative sign comes, you have to check whether it is odd function or even function. So here sine is odd function. Even functions are only cos and secant. Sine is an odd function, so you have to put negative sign here. Sine of minus x is equal to minus sine x. So you have to first write minus sine into minus sine of 11π by 3. So here 11 again you can write. Don't write 10 plus 1, because here 10 is not divisible by 3, but 12 is divisible by 3. So you have to write this as 12 minus 1. According to this denominator, you can write these numbers. So here 12 is divisible by 3. So write like this, 12 minus 1. That means 12π by 3 minus pi by 3. So you have to split this as like this. And 3 ones are 3, 4s are 12. So 4π minus pi by 3. So here 4π is 2 into 2π. So 2 revolutions it takes 2 revolutions, and put the minus sign here, minus sign of 2 revolutions minus pi by 3. And now you can check from this figure. So here minus pi by 3. Minus negative angle comes in the 4th quadrant. So here this is 0 and this is minus 90, that is minus pi by 2. So minus pi by 3 comes in the 4th quadrant. You can check from this. And in the 4th quadrant, cos and secant are positive. The remaining all are negative. So you have to put again minus sign for this trigonometric function. So here this minus sign is for odd function and this minus sign is for it is in the fourth quadrant. So two minus signs you have to put here. Minus of minus sin pi by 3 is equal to, that is 60. Sin 60, that is root 3 by 2. This is 10th problem. Find the value of cot minus 15 pi by 4. So here cot minus 15 pi by 4, this is negative sign. You have to check whether it is an odd function or even function. Yes, it is an odd function because cos and secant are even functions, remaining all are odd functions. So cot minus x is equal to minus cot x. So minus cot 15 pi by 4. Now split this value 15 as you can write as 16 minus 1. Because 16 is divisible by 4, you have to split like this, 16 minus 1. So this you can write minus cot 16 pi by 4 minus pi by 4. Then 4 ones are 4, 4s are 16. Then minus cot 4 pi minus pi by 4. So 4 pi is 2 into 2 pi. That means 2 revolutions. It takes 2 revolutions. So you have no need to consider this value. You have to check only this value, minus pi by 4. Just check here, minus pi by 4. This is the negative angle. So it comes in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant only cos and secant are positive. Remaining all are negative. So here it is cot. So you have to put minus sign again. This minus is because of odd function and this minus is because it is in the fourth quadrant. So minus of minus cot pi by 4. Pi by 4 is 180 by 4, that is 45 degrees. So cot 45 is 1. These are some important problems, different types of problems. Find the value of cos 7 pi by 6. So first split 7 pi as 6 pi plus pi because 6 is divisible by 6. You have to split like this. Then cos 6 pi by 6 plus pi by 6. Then cancel 6, 6, then 1. So cos pi plus pi by 6. So here it is not completed one revolution. It is not 2 pi, only pi. That is 180 degrees. So pi plus pi by 6. This angle is in the third quadrant. Pi plus means you have to use this tip here. I have already told you. Just check that tip. This tip. This tip you have to use there with signs. Here you have to check this. And this is the problem. So here pi plus pi by 6. So pi plus, this is plus. So you have to write pi by 6 here. So this is in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant only tan and cot are positive. Remaining all are negative. But here it is cos. So it is negative. So minus cos pi by 6. That is equal to pi by 6 is 30 degrees. So minus root 3 by 2. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2 minus root 3 by 2. This is also similar type of question but with negative angle, negative sign. So find the value of cos minus 8 pi by 3. So first check it is a negative. So you have to check whether it is an even function or odd function. Yes, it is an even function. Cos and secant are even functions. So cos minus 6 is equal to cos minus 6 is equal to cos x. So cos minus 8 pi by 3 is equal to cos 8 pi by 3. So here 8 pi you have to split as 9 pi minus pi because 9 is divisible by 3. If you write 7 plus 1, it is not divisible by 3. 7 is not divisible by 3. You have to split like this. So 9 pi minus pi. So now 3 ones are 3 3s are 9. So this 3 pi again you have to split as 2 pi plus pi minus pi by 3. Why? Because here 2 pi means one revolution. It has completed one revolution. So you cannot consider this angle. So you can neglect this. Only you have to consider this one. That's why you have to split this again as 2 pi plus pi. Now only consider this value pi minus pi by 3. Again check here pi minus. Pi minus means in this direction. Pi plus means in this direction. Pi minus means above. So pi minus pi by 3. You have to write pi by 3 here. This is in the second quadrant. So in the second quadrant, only sine and cosecant are positive. Remaining all are negative. But here it is cos. So you have to put minus. So minus cos, this angle is pi by 3. So minus cos pi by 3 is 60 degrees. 180 by 3, that is 60. So minus 1 by 2. So this value is minus 1 by 2. Now please do this practice worksheet. These are the answers.